What's up, everybody? Benji Bruce here with SpeakingLifestyle.com. And in this video, we're going to talk about how do you pick a really good speaking topic? Because if you don't pick a good speaking topic, you're just not going to get hired. No matter what you do, no matter how many people you contact, you just won't get hired because it's not something that they pay for. If you learn to pick a really good speaking topic, you're going to get hired more. You'll be able to charge more. It's going to be less stressful in general because when you reach out to events, you'll get more yeses than nos. So you have to learn how to pick a really good speaking topic if you want to actually grow your speaking business, because the speaking topic is just like a product. So if you build a bad product, if you're like some entrepreneur and you build a bad product that nobody wants to buy, it doesn't matter what you do. You can be a genius and you can try to sell this bad product, but because nobody wants to buy it, you won't be able to sell it. And that's what your speaking topic is. It is the product. If you start out with a bad product, you can have a great website, you can do outreach, you can do everything else right, but nobody wants it. So you have to learn to pick a really good speaking topic. So the thing is, how do you pick a really good speaking topic? So when it comes to speaking, you want to think, you got to understand that it's a matured market. So unlike, let's say, Bitcoin, right? It's Bitcoin blockchain, the market it's trending upwards. It's not a matured market yet. It's just going up and up and up and up. That there's no end to it. Whereas the speaking industry, it's a matured market. It's just stagnant. It's just here. That's all it is. And with a matured market, there comes a lot of competition. So, and also, not a lot of competition, but what I mean is a low barrier to entry causes a lot of competition. With speaking, you can just wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm a professional speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. And then boom, you're a speaker. So it's a very low barrier to entry. And because of that, there's a lot of competition. But a lot of competition in the speaking market is a good thing, because what you're doing to pick a really good speaking topic is you want to look for competition. You want to look to see, well, what exactly are people paying for? Like, what do they buy? Not what do you want to sell, is what do they buy? And this is why motivational speakers are the #1 speakers that get hired all across the world, because that's what people actually pay for. And you might say like, oh, there's too many motivational speakers, too many inspirational speakers. It doesn't matter what you say. Those are the people who get hired. And so competition is a good thing because it lets you know that's where the money is. If you decide to describe yourself in a really weird way, then nobody's going to know what it is you speak about. Nobody can hire you. It would be like if I created a product and I didn't really describe the product in the right way, nobody's going to pay for it because they're like, I don't know what it does. And that's exactly what happens when you describe yourself in a cute way. It's like you get cute with how you describe yourself. People say, I don't really know what that person does. I don't know what we should hire him for. And so it's like if you say I'm the visionary, world-changing, life-saving keynote speaker, everyone's like, okay. Versus someone else who says I'm a motivational speaker. Okay, yeah, let's get that. That's exactly what we want, motivational speaking. And so you have to learn how to describe yourself first. So what you do is you look for a lot of competition. You go to Speaker Bureau's websites, go to their website, look at the topics that they have listed there. And those are the topics that you should basically choose from pretty much. So it's kind of like you'll see there's motivational speakers, inspirational speakers, sales speakers, leadership speakers, creativity speakers, business speakers, sales speakers. I think I said that. So you want to look at the topics that they have there. That gives you an idea of what it is you should be picking from. You should also go to these meeting planner newsletters or these meeting planner websites like bizbash.com, meetingsconventions.net. You go to those websites and you read those actual articles and you read their websites and everything, because that's going to give you an idea of what it is they actually pay for in terms of speakers they pay for. So competition is a good thing when it comes to picking your speaking topic. Looking at Speaker Bureau's websites, that's a good thing because, hey, they basically just list it for you. Hey, here's the topics that people pay for. And then you want to look and see, like, what do they actually feature? Because if they feature a lot of motivational speakers, hey, that tells you a lot of motivational speakers are getting hired. So you want to do things like that. Look at the meeting conventions websites, BizBash and all that sort of stuff. Look at their websites. It's crucial that you learn to describe yourself in the way that people actually search for what type of speaker you are. Don't get cute, get clear. Clarity will beat cuteness every single time, well, as long as it's not like a cat video or something like that. But when it comes to business, clarity will beat cuteness every single time. This is why, like, when I see speakers, they describe themselves in a weird way, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What kind of speaker are you? What? And so it's like you just want to say, well, what does someone, when they sit down on Google, they sit down at their computer and they type into Google, What are they typing in? That's how you want to think. What are the exact words that they're typing in? Hopefully they don't type like this, but what exactly are they typing in? Motivational speaker in Las Vegas, leadership speaker in Las Vegas, leadership corporate speaker, sales speaker. Like, what are they typing in? That's how you want to describe yourself. You get clear, not cute. Now, you might be thinking, well, if I just say I'm a sales speaker or a leadership speaker or a creativity speaker, and everybody says that, how do I differentiate myself, Benji? How do I differentiate me? And so you got to understand that when it comes to differentiating, you differentiate based on your positioning, not based on how your topic. So your topic is something that people search for. You're differentiating your standout factor, your it factor. That is really your positioning. So it's like that motivational speaker who calls himself the world's worst motivational speaker. I think this is one of the most brilliant ways to position yourself as a motivational speaker ever. So he describes himself as the world's worst motivational speaker. And he gets up on stage, does a really funny presentation, motivational, demotivational in a way. So it's a really great way of doing the motivational speaking industry. So you want to think in terms of like, well, how can I, if I'm like let's say I'm a customer service speaker, instead of me just getting on stage and being like, well, here's how you change your customer service, everybody. You can essentially say, well, I'm the bad experience customer service speaker or something like that. Probably want to word that better. But it's like you now talk about bad customer experience, or maybe customer experience from the standpoint of the customer and not the business standpoint, because everyone talks about customer experience from the standpoint of I'm a speaker, you're the business, and hey, we look at these customers over here. Whereas if you say like, look, I'm just a regular guy who buys your products. Here's what I hate about what you guys do. And so if you kind of do like a positioning like that, you differentiate yourself that way. So that's how you do it in terms of standing out. And before I forget, I do want to say that you have to be very careful about who you look at when you're comparing yourself in terms of competition and you're looking to see, well, how do they describe themselves? Because if you look at someone like Gary Vaynerchuk, who's way above you, then you're going to do it wrong, because Gary gets hired based on his name recognition alone. This guy can go in, he can say whatever the hell he wants in terms of what type of speaker he is. He's like, I'm a handstand speaker. And everyone be like, okay, yeah, let's bring Gary in. We got to bring this guy in. I don't know what the hell he means by handstand speaker, but sure, let's bring him in. Like they just know his name, so that's why he gets hired. Gary, Tony Robbins, like all these guys, they get hired based on name recognition alone. So you don't want to copy them in terms of that. You want to look at the guys who aren't recognized by their names, and they're recognized more by the topics. So it's crucial that you do that. The way you really get a good speaking topic is you look to see, hey, is there a lot of competition for it? Is this something that people actually search for? Is it on Speaker Bureau's website? And you want to think in terms of how do they actually describe what it is you are getting hired for. So that's how you really pick a really great speaking topic. Boom, bada bam, boom, boom, bam, bam. Don't know what I just did there, but whatever.